Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome or welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today we're making brioche bread, a delicious and luxurious treat that'll transport you to a great French bakery. You want to try this recipe when you want to combine the richness of butter with the light, airy texture of bread. Stay tuned to learn how it's done. So before we get started, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. So first things first, in the bowl of a stand mixer, we want to add 1 cup's worth of all-purpose flour, followed by 3/4 cup of whole milk that we've warmed to about 100 to 110 degrees Fahrenheit or 38 to 43 degrees Celsius. 1 tablespoon's worth of white sugar, as well as 2 1/4 teaspoons of high quality yeast, which is about 1 standard packet. Whisk all of these until they're well combined. And now you want to cover the bowl loosely and set this aside to proof until the mix becomes foamy, and this should take about 45 minutes. And once it's foamy, you want to add in 6 large eggs, 2 1/2 teaspoons of salt, as well as 5 more cups of all-purpose flour. Use a dough hook attachment and beat this mix on low speed until the ingredients are mixed. And to make this bread a little sweeter, we're also going to add in 6 more tablespoons of white sugar. This initial mixing process should take about 2 minutes. The dough will be tough and thick at first. We want to scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl as needed. Here we want to continue beating the dough at low speed for another 10 minutes or until the dough is shiny and elastic. The next step, with the mixer still running on low speed, we want to add in total 1 1/4 cups of unsalted butter, softened to room temperature, 1 tablespoon at a time, not adding the next tablespoon until the former has been incorporated. Once the butter has been added, we want to increase the speed to medium and knead this dough until it becomes shiny and elastic again, which should take about 8 minutes. And after that time, we want to scrape down the sides and bottom of the bowl as well and form the dough into a ball. Remove the ball from the bowl and then spray the bowl with a non-stick spray or coat it with butter, and then place the dough ball back into the bowl. We want to cover this and allow it to rise until the dough has doubled in size, which should take about 1 to 2 hours. And after that time, we want to punch the dough down and transfer it to a lightly floured working surface. Here, we're going to divide the dough in half, and working 1/2 of the dough at a time, we want to cut the dough into 3 equal portions and roll those out into about 9-inch long ropes. Here for the brioche bread, we're going to aim for a simple braid using these 3 strings, pinching the ends together at first to seal them. And once it's braided, you want to place this into a prepared buttered loaf pan. I use 2 8x4-inch loaf pans for this, spraying them with a non-stick spray. And we're just going to repeat those same steps with the other half of dough as well. While the dough is now braided in the loaf pan, we want to let these rest and rise for about 1 hour or until they've doubled in size. And after that time, we want to preheat our oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. In a small bowl, we want to whisk together 1 large egg with 1 tablespoon of water to create our egg wash. Brush each loaf with this egg wash, and then we want to place these in the oven to bake them initially for 35 minutes or until both loaves are golden brown. And towards the end of this cooking process, you may need to cover the loaves with aluminum foil for the last 10 minutes or so to prevent them from over browning. After the time is up, we want to remove them from the oven and allow the loaves to cool in the pans for about 5 to 10 minutes. Use a sharp paring knife to release the edges of the bread from the pan so you can easily transfer each loaf of bread to a serving platter. You want to allow these to cool to room temperature. I like creating thick slices using a bread knife, and with that, your brioche bread is ready to be served and enjoyed. And just like that, you've baked homemade brioche bread. This style of bread is really good for making French toast with, or a really good bread pudding. This can also serve as a side to any great French cuisine. But as you can see, the resulting bread is so light and airy and pulls apart so easily. I can't wait for you all to try this at home, and when you do, be sure to tag me at Chef Vic Cuisine or hashtag Chef Vic Cuisine so I can see your great takes on this dish. As always, this recipe and many more can be found in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine Volume 4, Enhancing Your Inner Chef. And that's available on Amazon, and I'll be sure to leave a link to that in my description box. And feel free to click the pop-up on your screen for more information on that as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed learning how to make brioche bread, and if you did, make sure you smash that like button for me. It's one of the best ways to show support for this channel. And if you haven't done so already, also hit that subscribe button to see more recipes just like this one. And sharing is caring, so if you enjoyed this recipe and think someone else will too, feel free to share this with all your family and friends. And stay tuned for next week where we have another braided recipe. This time we're making a braided salmon. This, in my opinion, is one of my best fish recipes. You guys have to check this one out. Well, thank you all again so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you smash that subscribe button so you don't miss the next one. YouTube thinks you'll like these videos, so let's see if they're right. And I'll catch you next time on another episode of Chef Vic Cuisine. And until then, peace.